Shalom Akim, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakwakadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles who grew up in stone, rule well, and the Akim, preaching the gospel of the Lord Yahushai throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Bram Nash, DC Camp. Short lesson to define the hopeful elect again. As you can see on the screen, man, all this drama with BLM. It's always something, man. It just sounds like one of those what you call plays, drama that you watch on TV. That's what it sounds like, man. It sounds like a hostage negotiation request. They want to have like $10 million in cash, some Skittles and some and some big gulp and a helicopter. Yeah, it's hilarious, man. There's a movement for BLM demands. Demand. Yeah. Yeah, it's hilarious, man. Even the so-called Black Panthers had this so-called, what you call it, manifesto, man. They had to read the so-called demands from the government. Yeah, so this Esau's land, man. People don't realize it. All right, all that struggle for reparations and equality and being acknowledged. That's not what America was set up to be. America is just a holding cell for our people, a plantation for our people to work, get their asses whooped, and to be served, be servitude, man. Field hands and house hands and slavery in a nutshell, right? But for the elect's sake, all right, we're just here, to preach the gospel, even though we're still serving captivity. But us preaching the gospel is really much more important. All right, these people are looking for what you call a relief here in Babylon. All right, they're not looking towards the Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, so this is from the book of Isaiah chapter 31. It tells you that our people are physically lost, man. All right. So this is Isaiah chapter 31 verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh." Yeah, so these elites, man, they're always gonna, formulate something and project it on our people, and that's exactly what Esau is all about, man. And our people like to be deceived. This guy, what's his name? The guy from Dollar Vigilante said that it's all right. It's easier to deceive a person than to convince the person that the person has been deceived. All right, and that's exactly what's wrong with our people, man. When you tell them they're being led astray by all this protest and all this BLM this and BLM that, they don't want to listen until it's too late for them. All right, so Isaiah 31 verse 2 says, "Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of evildoers." All right, that's exactly what this movement has become. That's what it is, from the inception. All right, a house of evildoers, and against the help of them that walk in iniquity. All right, and against the help of them that walk in iniquity. So the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to tear apart. The so-called protesters and their funders and their so-called allies, whatever they want to call them, they're all going down together. All right, because the Lord Yahweh Shai is not going to allow this madness to be prolonged any longer. So you see the list, they say cut the military budget. Nope, it's not going to happen. Those troops got to go to the Middle East. It says redistribute the wealth. Not going to happen. The RFID chip is already being, prepared to be forced upon the people. And then it says free education. What's that? You're not going to be educated on knowing who you are here in Babylon from the government. Only education that you really need is from the Holy Scriptures. That's going to be through the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and the men that the Lord has ordained to preach the gospel. All right. So you could read the whole thing, man. It's just what you call a pipe, a pipe dream, man. When someone gets so high, and they're mixing all type of drugs together. This is the type of list you're gonna get. This is the type of list you're gonna get, man. You're begging. The scripture says, let me get it real quick, man. In the book of Daniel, chapter 7, all right, Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints shall take, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever, all right? So it says the saints of the Most High is going to take the kingdom. We're not going to be begging for relief and salvation at the so-called oppressor's gate. The elect will be crying to the Lord there about Shema or Shai. All right? And that's what it boils down to, man. It's going to be a serious time, man, for the elect, man, to stand boldly. I'm going to read this one real quick. It's so easy, man. It's so easy to see what the Lord requires of us. Let me just build me. Alright, so this book of Matthew chapter 11 verse 12, it says, and from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. Alright, so Esau took our people by force. So what do you think the Lord's going to do? He's going to take back the kingdom by force too. It's what we call balance. Alright. And our people to be begging when the Lord has already said we're going to take it, it's going against the Lord. That's what we call disobedience, all right? So, verse 3, 31 verse 3 says, now the Egyptians are men and not powers, and their horses flesh and not spirit. All right, so they're not angels, and neither are their horses like the chariots. Okay. All right, they're not on that level. When the Lord Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together. So it's going to be a total collapse, man, of those that are looking towards America for relief. They're both going to go down together. So that's the lot of 2/3 in America. Scriptures already said that America shall be a desolation. Egypt shall be a desolation. Edom shall be a desolation. All right? And it also tells our people to come out of her, that will be not partakers of her iniquity. All right? Our people don't want to hearken unto the Lord there by Shema Shai. So here's another precept from the book of Ezekiel, chapter 30, verse 6. It says, thus said the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, they also that uphold Egypt shall fall, and the pride of her power shall come down. From the tower of Zion shall they fall in it by the sword, said the Lord Yahweh. And that's what it boils down to, man. America's on its way out, and those that put their trust in this system, they're going down with it. All right, it's that simple. The Lord is not delaying the inevitable, which is the demise of America. It's getting closer and closer to the end of it. So, final precept is going to be from the book of Hosea, chapter 7. I'm going to read from verse 13 to 16. It says, "Woe unto them, for they have fled from me." And that's our people, man. They don't want to stick to the Lord, Abashim Ashai. Destruction unto them, all right, the Lord said, and curses. So our people that believe that Black Lives Matter is the way forward, they're sadly mistaken, all right? Because they have transgressed against me, though I have redeemed them, yet they have spoken lies against me. So by our people not holding on to their nationality and want to cast, their Esau's imagination upon themselves, that's a covering. They're bringing this swift destruction, all right? They're making themselves candidates for swift destruction, all right? And then it says, and they have not cried unto me with their heart. When they howled upon their beds, they assembled themselves for corn and wine, and they rebel against me. So what do you think the Lord's going to do? He's going to tear the place apart, all right? So it says in verse 15, "Though I have bound and strengthened their arms, yet do they imagine mischief against me." So they're always going against the will of the Lord, Shai, always giving the prophets a hard time. They see the videos, but they choose not to reckon, with the word of the Lord. All right, so the Lord's going to cast them off. Verse 16, "They return, but not to the Most High. They are like a deceitful bow. Their princes shall fall by the sword, for the rage of their tongues." So a lot of jakes are going to die in these last days, man. And that's rightly so. Yeah, because when Esau shows his horns, it's going to be open season. Just like those cops saying they can't wait for the Civil War, It's going to be nice, see Esau just go out there and start tapping out Jake, man. Give them a little bit of, that way call that, quick candy. All right. This shall be their derision in the land of Egypt. All right. A lot of families are going to be crying and be wailing and be upset and be depressed when all this happens, man. And that's a blessing to see the judgment of the Lord upon his enemies. So that's the point there, Akim. You're going to see how the Lord is going to cheer up all this, this doctrine of madness that people like to partake in, man. This nonsense. So the Kahalal, Yam La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, and Kakadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Gilman Stone who rule well, and I can preaching the gospel of the Lord Yahushai. Try to focus of the earth. Always remember, man, we're not here to ask Esau for goodies, man. Even though we're still in captivity, you can apply for a job and all that stuff for credit, for a business loan. That's about it. But to be begging for all this nonsense you see on the screen, that's stupid, right? Scripture already said the Lord Yahweh is going to tear this place down, man, and we're going to take it by force. All right, Shalom.